First of all, what's the underlying reason for this?
Well, I think S&P are reacting to something which Moody's were reacting to earlier in the year and which the global markets have had in mind for a while, and that's the sustained, unsustainable growth in China's credit. That explosion in the ratio of debt to GDP, which has rung all kinds of alarm bells and raised fears about some kind of hard landing for China if the government can't get that leverage problem under control.
Dom, I'm looking at some headlines for S&P. They're now saying they also believe China's monetary policy is largely credible and effective. What are the implications of a credit downgrade? I don't know if it has, an impact on equities or whether it has an impact on, for example, currency.
Well, I think in a sense, Francine, the impact for China is pretty limited. China is a country with a huge store of domestic savings and a still controlled capital account. That means that in contrast to, for example, Greece during the European sovereign debt crisis, or Asian countries during the Asian financial crisis back in the 1990s, China does not rely on foreign funding. That means there aren't so many investors who are paying attention to what S&P or Moody's say, who impact China's actual cost of funding. At the same time, this is clearly negative mood music for China.
Yeah.
After that Moody's downgrade a few months ago, we saw China moving pretty aggressively to put a floor under markets.
How will they respond to this? I mean, I love the phrase mood music. That really captures sort of the ethereal nature here. How will they respond to this news this morning?
This happened after markets in China have already closed.
Sure.
I think what this means for China's policymakers is that they're going to have the advantage of taking stock after a day of trading in Europe and the United States. They're going to be able to see whether this is playing out as a big shock or something the markets are taking in their stride. If this seems to be something pretty significant for investors, I think we'll see China moving to put a floor under what happens here in the Asian trading day on Friday. Certainly they wouldn't want to see any volatility ahead of that critical party congress coming up in October.